Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series on using COGO. In this video, we're going to look at what we call the COGO What list. I'll show you what that is. Let's come up to the top of the program and choose COGO Rotate. The first thing we see at the top of the dialog is the What list that we're introducing in this video. Let me just pull that down for a moment. The What list lists parts of the survey that this current operation, in this case a rotation, will work on. So I can see at the top of the list that I could choose to rotate the entire survey. I can choose to rotate the 3 selected items in the Traverse Manager. Those would be 3 traverses. I can choose to rotate 9 tagged items in the Traverse Manager. Again, those would be traverses. Somewhere I've got a Foundation 4 traverse selected, so I can rotate that entire traverse. And I also have a drawing open called Learn Quick View, so I can rotate just what's in that drawing. So the What list lets me choose what part of the survey I want to operate on. And I want to take a look at some of these and how these different items show up in the list for us. The first thing I want to do then is open up the Traverse Manager or display the Traverse Manager on the right. I've got several of the managers tabbed and docked. So I just need to come up and click on the Traverse tab up at the top, and Traverse PC displays the traverses for me. Now, notice in the Traverse Manager that 9 of the traverses have a checkbox to the left and that 3 of the traverses are selected, but it's the Foundation 4 traverse that has the gray selection, which means it's the current selection there. So I've got 3 different traverse groups selected in here, and let's take a look at how they show up in the What list. So let's come back to the Rotate dialog box, pull down the What list. First thing I see is here are my 3 selected items in the Traverse Manager. Those are the 3 that are highlighted. Then I see I've got an option to rotate the 9 tagged items in the Traverse Manager. Those are the ones that have a checkbox next to them. Or I could choose the one and only traverse that's actually selected or has the gray selection in the Traverse Manager, and that's the Foundation 4 traverse. Okay? Let's extend this concept a little bit by coming back and clicking on the Point Manager. And I'm actually going to pick up this manager and drag it down, because I want to dock it at the bottom or below the other managers. And then I'm just going to get a hold of that splitter and drag it up so we can see a few more of the points in here. So I still have the 3 Foundation traverses selected, but I'm going to come down now and also select the 14 points in the Point Manager that happen to be tied to one of these foundations. Let's come back up to our COGO Rotate dialog box, and we can see now that we've added a new item to the list called 14 selected items in the Point Manager. If we pull the list down, all of the other options are still there. Okay? So I can still choose the 3 different options from the Traverse Manager. I now can choose these 14 points from the Point Manager, and I can still choose the entire survey or the drawing that I have open right now. So what I want to do when I execute a COGO command, whether it's a rotation or a translation or offset to alignment or stationing or whatever, is take a look at the What list and actually pull that down and select the items that I want to rotate. The last thing I want to show you with the What list is that it's not limited just to COGO. I'm going to come over here and at the top of the program choose File, Export, and I'm just going to drag that Export dialog box down onto here under the Rotate dialog. And I want you to notice that it has a What list also. And it lists the items that would be appropriate for exporting. So I can see here's the entire survey, just like what we had in the COGO Rotate. So I can export everything that's part of the survey. But I can also export just those same 14 points that are selected in the Point Manager. I can export the same options in the Traverse Manager, the 3 selected traverses, the 9 tagged traverses, or the entire Foundation 4 traverses, which is the one I have selected. And I can also export just the one drawing that's open, the Learn Quick View. So although the What list is primarily used in the COGO dialogues, you will from time to time find it in other dialogues where I can select, again, the parts of the survey that I want to work with.